G'day, you mob. Once again, I forgot to clear my throat before we started. But I also forgot to go like that. That's enough of that. G'day.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Chewy, Lunatic Fringe, first cab off the rank. Another bucket of kudos out to you, Chewy. I'm sure you've got a few in your collection now. S, hello. Joel G, g'day. S double M triple I, awkward. How are you? Mickham, I liked your lyric quote so much, I screamed it while the song was playing. BJ Palmer, hi there. Aquamate, no, your clock's not broken. I was just patiently waiting for Bentley to finish. Plus, I was kind of really listening to what he was saying. Good ideas for the Blackbeard algae. I liked it. I have been a little bit busy with the video games, but not since the wee hours of this morning. Rico, how's it going? Yeah, Rico, I'm a country boy, so I'm blessed with politeness and patience, or something like that. Yeah, I had to get a snack too. New local Austin, g'day, new local Austin. How's it going? Welcome. MTFNF, hello there. Fish Kid, g'day, mate. What's cracking? Zen Ginger is in the house. Well, I'll be jiggered. Freaky Fish Lady, hello there. Let's not scare him off too early. Fish Kid concerned about the content, is he? Isn't that interesting for a youth to actually care what they're putting in their eyeballs? Kudos to you, Fish Kid. I'll put a big bucket of kudos out in the post to you just because you seem like a nice guy, a nice kid. Sorry, I'm assuming gender. Danny Ken, how's it going, Kenny? We do also, Fish Kid, we have the good boy timer, which is the first 15 minutes of the stream where we try not to do any swearing or anything subpar for the enjoyment of the masses. And we also do fruit flies in the face regularly. Geek Boy, bonjour, mon frère. Je m'appelle Noir, or something. It's been a long time since I've practiced any Francois. I should give Flemish a go. Apparently Flemish is fun too. It's got that same romantic ring to it, doesn't it? The Flemish. Oh, Kenny, give the kid a chance. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Chat just mega jumped. Like mega jumped. Oh no. Elisa Bentley, hello. Oh no, I think I'm back on track. I think it'll be a fun challenge to, watch our P's and Q's and stuff if we know there's youth around. Good, Kenny, that's what we want. Songs stuck in heads. I'd love to hear your version of the lyrics. That'd be funny as. It'd be funny to hear anyone try and rekindle those lyrics. Fish Kid, absolutely. To be honest, I could be watching a lot worse at my age, so I think my parents are lucky. Well, hopefully you watch The Bad Batch, because at some stage during the show we'll be doing a review of this week's episode. Hopefully we don't do too many spoilers, because Scunge Princess hasn't seen this week's episode. Freaky Fish Lady, did I say hello to you? If I didn't, hello again. Second one is always free. Where am I up to? No more jumping, please, chat. Let me get there. Texas Fish, hello there. Zen Ginger, slinging the links already. Love your work, TZG. Terry's Tropical Tanks, how's it going, mate? Terry says, hi, Scungy. Zen Ginger's slinging your links around. Good to have you. Mickham says hi to you, and it's good to have us in his machine. We're the ghosts in the machine, whatever that means. Two Dogs, DD, how's it going, guys? Welcome. Tony Sewell, first class. All the way from the UK. Crikey, Tony, it must be bright and early. The sun might not even be up over there, is it? I've got to get my world clock in order. And I hope I said Sewell right. Who else am I missing? Nice. 3:37 a.m. Early start or late finish, Tony? That's bright and early if you're up for the day. But probably a little bit red eye if you're still up for the night. My ears are rarely sensitive except to ice cold temperatures. And sometimes one of them gets really hot, but the other one doesn't. That's an interesting thing. Anyway, what's been going on in your world, Scungy? I'm through the chat, amazingly.
Not heaps of stuff as usual. It's just pretty ordinary.
Well, your microphone sounds 10 times better than it did last week. I wonder why
Yeah,
that is.
because I put it in the.
You put it the right way around already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
even when
started in the right place.
it even seems louder than when you did correct it last week.
I don't know. But I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah.
that it's working.
We rarely get into inappropriate topics, Fish Kid. You should be all right. But yeah, occasionally we do swear. We get a little bit passionate and a little bit heated about some of the things we discuss. So yeah, if you're cool with swear words, you should be all right. Pardon me. Oh, and I burp a lot too. If you can handle burping, you're gonna do fine, kid. What you working on there?
I don't know, a painting.
Painting. Yeah, I thought there was less pencil-y
It's not.
scratching noises than last week.
It's
Oh, I
not
like that.
anything.
I
Yeah,
like it though.
it's just.
It reminds me of a Iron Maiden album cover. It looks a little bit like Eddie. But that's the joy of art, isn't it? We take from it what we bring to it.
Sure. We'll see what it looks like by the end, hey? I don't know if it will come together or not, but I just wanted to have something ready to be doing because I spend a lot of time not speaking. So if I prepare myself in advance, that's good.
Yeah, DD, I know in the past I have done on stream, and one time in a following stream, someone was kind enough. I use the words kind enough very, very loosely. They were kind enough to put a timestamp into the chat so people could go back and watch the other stream and hear me audibly fart on the stream. That, wasn't very amazing, but yeah,
It's a little bit amazing.
Well, I suppose it was. All farts are generally quite amazing, especially when you do those rippers. Oh, g'day, Natural Aquariums. How's it going? I got a lot of timestamps, golden moments. Yeah, well, that was why I used to do the I used to do the best ofs from my live streams because there was some good bits, but the amount of work and time it took to actually sling them together was arduous, to say the least. Yeah, so I kind of had to put a pin in that balloon because yeah, it was just eating up my days, and it's not necessarily that enjoyable watching yourself over and over and over and over and listening to yourself over and over and over and over, and like feeling a little bit embarrassed by some of the nonsense that you carry on with. So yeah, I try not to fart much anymore. And at my age too, there's associated risks with farting. So, as Kenny, I think, was alluding to, the potential for leakage and whatnot. I hope we haven't touched on one of those subjects. Interesting appearance backstage. Ah, right. Lens cap. Hang on, let me put this kid up.
Oh, come on. Every time I try to connect to the internet, I'm telling you. What's up, brother? What's happening?
Oh, a little bit
I didn't catch the beginning of the show. What happened? Can you start over?
No, not today.
No. Yeah,
for once,
no,
I will not restart.
Fine. Just hey man, accommodate my schedule. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say your whims.
My whims. My whimsical whims. What's happening, man? What's going on? It's freaking Tuesday, dude. I'm freaking out.
Tuesday already, eh?
Yeah, dude.
What's more freaky is that it's almost the end of July already.
Is that crazy, right?
It's like this year's been some kind of cyclonic, hurricane, typhoony, tornado type thing.
It's weird. We've had 2 years in a row here that are like they don't seem to be traveling on the proper timeline. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're way out of whack.
Like it's like they're not working. It's like they're just not making sense. But I have to say, I was a little bit late because I had to watch something. And I'm going to admit it to you. Okay?
What was it?
Can you brace yourself?
Okay.
For the Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Oh, I've only just heard of that last night. How have
I only just heard of that right before the show. I opened my computer and it was like, what is this? Oh my God. One of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Oh my God.
Yeah, my nephew was telling me about it last night and I was like, I haven't even heard of this, but he says it's a continuation of the original movies, not a continuation of the most newest remake.
Jason Reitman. It seems like Paul Rudd's in it, one of the kids from that Netflix. Crap. What's that Netflix show with the kids and the spooky ghosts? Stranger Things. There we go.
Paul Rudd was in that.
No.
Oh, right.
No, Paul Rudd is in the Ghostbusters Afterlife as the dad.
Yeah.
And then one of the kids from Stranger Things is in it.
Right.
He's like the main character. So it's like, I think they go to Egon's. So Egon, like, they retire at some point, and Egon, like, retires out at a farmhouse or something. This looks to be like the plot in the trailer, right? And then it's like, well, Grandpa passes away, and then so Dad with his kids have to go to sort things out at the house or whatever, and then spooky stuff starts happening, and then they find the old Ghostbuster mobile in the barn, you know, and it's just going wild, and then Slimer comes out, and everybody claps, and then there's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and everybody claps again, and everybody goes, "Whoa, I remember that from before," you know. But it looks good. Looks good.
Yeah,
looks like it'll be good.
I'll have to try and find the trailer. G'day, Cody Donovan and Gaffer. How's it going, Gaff?
That looks good. I'm excited for that.
When does that come out?
October, so that's not too far away. And if we go back to doing that thing where we where we're like, here's a preview for a movie that comes out in 3 years or something, you know, like if we go back to that, I don't know if I'll be able to handle it, dude. I won't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
You know, where they shoot a trailer before they even start making the movie, and then they release it like 3 years ahead of time to get the hype train going or something. I'm like, come on, get out of here. Stop doing that. Don't do that to me.
Didn't we raise that with one of the Star Wars movies recently, didn't we? That there was scenes in some of the Star Wars most recent sequel movies that the scenes were in the preview or the trailer, but weren't actually in the film.
Right. You know, you're like, hey, what's going on here? But like, you know what looks great? Okay. After what feels like, what do we commonly refer to as a millennia, like 1,000 years, right?
Correct.
After what appears to be a 1,000-year period of time, the new Dune is going to come out.
Do they have a official release date yet?
There was one. I don't remember what it was. Dune release date. October 22nd, 2021. The year of our Lord.
So you'll be You'll be fighting with yourself as to whether you go and see Ghostbusters or Dune first.
I will be
Dune,
going to see
even.
Dune first.
Now,
If
do we
it
have
comes out on the same date, then I
Do
will
they?
go see Dune
You'll do
first.
double feature.
Ghostbusters Afterlife release date.
And do we have a premise on the Dune movie yet? Is it a continuation of story, or is it a remake of the original
Wait a minute.
story?
It says that Ghostbusters Afterlife came out in June on June 11th. What?
That's a bit odd. I've not seen it anywhere. Maybe you're looking at an old search result.
No, I mean, how could I be looking at an old search result that I just looked up?
That's old man internet logic.
We're fighting now. Now we're fighting. We're fighting. We're in a fight.
Good
For some reason, it
AJRB.
says the release date was June 11th. I don't. That doesn't make any sense. But it said on the trailer that I watched earlier, it's in October, and I really don't think that they would put it out the same weekend as Dune. But you never know.
Yeah.
Well, it says Ghostbusters Afterlife U.S. theaters November 11th. So maybe the date is in flux or something. I'm not 100% sure. November 11th, June 11th. Like, I don't know. It seems October 21st right here. I don't know. This
Maybe
is
all
confusing.
the dates are just penciled
We'll
in.
find out what happens with Ghostbusters, but if it comes out on the same day, I will literally be there to see Dune first.
Roger.
I want to see Dune on basically the opening weekend, so nobody spoils it for me.
Oh, yeah, right. Did I say hi to GRB anyway? Hi, GRB, and g'day, ugly man. How's it going?
Oh my God, Top Gun 2. This could be
Is
the
that
year, you
coming as
guys.
well? Wow.
This could be the year. If Top Gun 2, Dune, and Ghostbusters comes out, oh my God, I might
We're all
lose.
gonna-
I might lose my cool. Yeah,
we're all gonna
Christmas
think
Eve.
we're going to think we're in the 1980s again.
Oh my God, why not? Who cares? Who cares? You know what I mean?
I'd dust
guess-
off my shoulder pads.
Did we just go from like one pandemic to the next, right? Do have people forgotten that AIDS exists? You know, have people
It's not-
forgotten? Have they just been wearing a face mask and thinking that
That they can't get AIDS anymore.
they can't get AIDS anymore? I mean, come on, guys.
Mm.
You know,
Wake up to
prophylactic
yourselves.
up. Get your profos on. You know what I'm saying? You get your
Get AIDS
PPE.
gun.
You get your PPE. You get a little PPE for your PP and for your hands and your little face, and then go crazy. Put on some gloves, rubber gloves, latex gloves, maybe nitrile gloves. If
Oh,
you're,
go the nitrile.
yeah, because you don't want to get those
Something
latex
appealing.
sensitivity, right? We don't want to deal with that.
And powder free, please.
Powder free all the way, dudes.
Put my
Generous
order-
lube, of course, at all times. Wait, what?
I said, put my order in.
Yeah, you know, these are exciting times. I don't know about you guys, but this stuff is exciting to me. You know, I think it's cool, man.
Well, I certainly
Dune, man. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of criticisms for the original Dune, and they just aren't there for me. I just don't have them. You know, nostalgia, Sting is in it. I mean, come on.
And I think they did pretty well with the you know, the technology that they had available to them at the time. and the
Yeah,
budget
I
that
thought
had
they
as
did
well.
pretty good. I thought they did pretty good, you know, but you know. GRB says the Ghostbusters remake with the female cast was terrible. Yeah,
it was
I don't
like-
think it was really good. I think the only part that I thought was actually funny was what's that? The Hemsworth guy.
Yeah.
That
the
was the
Thor one, wasn't it?
What's that?
Was it the Thor one or was it his brother?
It's the Thorsworth. Yeah, it was that
the
guy.
Thorsworth. I like that.
He was he played like he played basically like a total moronic good looking guy, you know.
Yeah.
Which
It was it was a role reversal from the 80s, wasn't it? They really
they got me. They got
They
me. They made me
crafted
laugh
it,
at
didn't
him.
they?
They made me
Yeah.
laugh at him because he had strong muscles but a dumb brain.
and was easy on the eyes.
That's why you want to have balance in life. You want to be sort of strong and sort of smart. You don't want to go over the top with any of them. Okay?
It'd be interesting to go through that movie actually and try and list out all the other stereotypes they tried to reverse, other than male Ghostbusters.
Unless you're that Simone Biles, you know her, the American
gymnast girl. Yeah. Did they say why she got dumped from the team yet? I just saw a news report saying that she wasn't. They were pulling her from a particular event or something, and isn't she one of the best?
She is the best in the world. Period. I think. And I think most everybody thinks that. I think there was something about her not feeling well or something.
Right.
I'm not sure what it was. I think there was something going on. I know she gave us she came out to speak about it, and I'm not sure 100% what happened, but I don't care. If she doesn't want to compete, if she does want to compete, if she's sick, if she's anything, I don't care. She's amazing, and she's done so much. She's done so much already. It's all good. If she never goes again, I still think we should harvest her DNA and make lots more of her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's a exceptional human being.
Yeah,
G'day, Bomber Steve.
We need to make more of those people. Those Simone Biles people.
The Olympics is raising so many different controversies, isn't it? An Australian equestrian rider was kicked from the competition because he had cocaine in his system.
Well, that's a problem. That's against the rules, You can't do cocaine.
Yeah. I think putting horses in the Olympics should be against the rules too.
It's pretty ridiculous, I will admit, like horse riding.
Maybe the jumpy one. The jumpy one's all right, but all that other.
No, it's all stupid. It's all stupid. Let's admit it. Let's just admit the horse riding is. I am an equestrian. Oh, okay. Yeah, is that something that everybody can compete in? Oh, really? Everyone has like $4,000 a month to spend on stabling your horse.
And then there's been so much talk about the Olympic uniforms that they wear for competition, over sexualizing the females, and then so particular teams are going for the opposite of a sexualized uniform. But then I happened to see a little bit of the water polo for the ladies the other day. I don't know how you get a more sexualized outfit than the ones that they're wearing. By crikey, there's a lot on show.
That's Schwimwear.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the argument with those outfits is that I believe a volleyball team was penalized for wearing shorts instead of a bikini bottom or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and the men's volleyballers wear shorts, right?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, but wait a minute, why can't we wear shorts? And it's not even a matter of like, well, we don't really want you to wear shorts, I would just legit just say like, you're stupid, shut up, I'm wearing shorts. But then on the other side, like they got penalized somehow for wearing shorts. It's like there's punitive damages here for wearing an extra 3 inches of Lycra on your volleyball outfit. Like what? How does this even? Like what year are we living in? Ghostbusters Afterlife is coming out. Top Gun 2 is coming out. Okay, Dune is coming out. It's got Dune has Aquaman in it. Okay, like Dune has Aquaman and Thanos in it. Okay. And we're punishing people for wearing a little extra shorts with their volleyball game. The children's sport.
When I was playing indoor cricket, if all of the team didn't turn up in the same color T-shirt for uniform, you got fined 10 runs off your total.
How many wickets?
No, you still had to earn your wickets. It was just a run penalty.
How many wickety crickets? How many crickety widgets do you get penalized?
No wickets.
Does somebody hit you with the cricket bat? Do they paddle you? Do they give you a paddling if you have the wrong colored shirts?
That would probably be incentive to go there in all colours of the rainbow, so everyone gets a turn.
You kinky weirdos. You kinky weirdo cricket players. I swear, it doesn't matter how many times I've learned the rules of cricket. For some reason, it just does not adhere to my brain. Like, I'm legit. Like, there's a part of my brain that just says, eject this knowledge. We don't need this any longer. This is useless. Throw this away.
That really perked Sarah up then. She tends
swear,
to
every
agree
time-
with you, I feel.
Yeah, it's like every time I relearn it, I'm like, wow, this is an interesting sport. And then about 12 minutes later, I'm like, I'm not sure what the cricket boys do. Do they paddle and run around? I don't know. They're paddly boys. You know, and they're just like, someone's going to chuck a ball at a man. Oh. Yeah, and just like, I totally forget it. Like, I don't. It goes in there, and then it's like, oh, we learned this. You know, we learned these ones and zeros previously, but these ones and zeros are useless. Throw them away.
But you know how baseball goes, right? It's basically the same sport.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the baseball. I know way too much about baseball. It's like I should delete all of that and then learn a little bit of cricket, and then I would have so much more space in my brain parts for whatever Aquaman's name is. Jason Bourne, is that his name?
Momoa.
Oh, yeah, Jason Momoa. That's right, not Jason Bourne.
You're just trying to slip in another recommendation for me to watch the Jason Bourne movies, aren't you?
Jason, The Legacy, Momoa.
Bomber Steve coming through with some interesting stuff. I did hear that as well, Bomber Steve, that Pink, they obviously got a financial fine. I'm not sure if they suffered on the meddling or competition, but yeah, Pink, the singer Pink, came out and offered to pay their fines.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's fantastic. You know what that is? That's fantastic. Do you think Pink could have donated that to some, I don't know, starving children or something, instead of donating it to the Olympic Committee, who are extracting money all over the world? Like,
it's right into her wheelhouse, though.
We should penalize the people that penalized. $100 billion should be the fine for fining the women's volleyball team.
There we go. As long as it goes to a reasonable charity and not into someone's coffers.
No. It goes to just like feeding tiny children. There's literally they're fined $100 billion, and then they have to carry that amount of food around and walk the earth like Cain, feeding children biscuits. That if they see a child that looks hungry, right, they have to feed that child a biscuit, or a cricket team will paddle them for shame.
That might open up another discrimination can of worms, though, because it's only the hungry kids that are getting fed. What about those poor little chubby kids that want a biscuit too?
Right. Natural Aquarium says she's making a point. Yes, I understand Pink is making a point, and I'm a big fan of Pink. I think she's rad. I think her husband's a little bit of a weirdo dirt bikey man, but I love Pink. I think she's fantastic. I think her music is pop music, so there's not as much substance there as I would typically enjoy, but she brings a lot to it. You know, I mean, and I think Pink's rad. She seems like a very admirable person. I would not be upset to have to talk to her over dinner sometime or something like that. I think she's great. But I think the Olympic Committee that fined the volleyball team should be fined. I think they should be fined brutally into destitution, I think until they're on the streets as paupers.
I think the slapback will be, because there has been a lot of uproar or outcry, whichever way those words go together,
right,
about it. I think it'll certainly bring about some kind of change, the way the Olympics regimens their clothing and whatnot.
Right.
And speaking of music, Bomber Steve's next point, asking about Iron Maiden's Writing on the Wall. Now, is the entire album out yet, Bomber Steve? Because I've seen that first music video that came out and super loved it. It's a great 7-minute ride of good fun and good stuff. I really enjoyed it. But if the whole album's coming out or has come out, I will have to try and latch onto that because I do love me some Iron Maiden stuff. One of my personal faves.
Fish Kid spelled my name wrong, but that's fine. They said, Pink, if you're here, can I have a Fluval canister filter? I don't think that Pink works for Fluval, but I mean, if she's here,
we could get it sorted.
If she's here, like, let Blacky and I do your next music video. That's all I'm saying. We could do it.
Totes.
I got a camera. I got clearance to fly international. It's all good. I'm vaccinated.
Surely
I got my rabies shots. I got my malaria pills. Let's go, buddy. Let's go.
Surely with 30 people here in the chat, there must be, some 6 degrees of separation to get us to Pink, to make that happen.
Yeah, I think we could do that. I think we could do that video. I already pitched the idea. It has to do with finding the Olympics officials and cricket men paddling people. There'll be a lot happening. There'll be a lot of elements.
I've already got visuals swirling around in my brains. G'day,
yeah,
Punchy
Blacky already knows the cricket team. We've got half of the cast already ready to go. The cricket boys.
I can already
bring all the
colours,
paddles to the yard, right?
The color scheme's like a fluorescent pink, funnily enough, mixed with the green of a green screen. That's my bolder image, but I'm no visual artist.
You're no visual artist. Why not? You can
draw
be
for nonsense. I can't even.
You could be if you wanted to be.
Really? You think? I've tried.
I think you could.
I've tried to actually draw things in real life, and they never ever.
There is no try.
Only do or do not. Right? Is that how that goes?
That
was Benjamin Franklin, right?
Do or do not. But, I can't even remember. It's one of Yoda's most misquoted quotes, and now I can't even remember.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yoda's not real. He's a
there
ghost.
We go. Terry's Tropical Tanks is going to hook us up with Pink. He's got an in. There we go. Make it happen.
There you go. My uncle's wife's sister. Huh. Well, yeah. Hook it up, dude. We'll make that music video.
Yeah. Put your money where your words. I mean, put your mouth where you put your words where your. I don't know, Terry.
Yeah.
Just make it happen.
Yeah. Do stuff, things. Let's see.
All right, Steve. Yeah, Steve said the new album is coming out later on, but yeah, that super enjoyed that song. The writings on the wall. Very good stuff. Love a bit of Maiden. Shit, now how do I do that
Stephen has a good point. Fish Kid, are you asking the pop singer Pink for a high-end canister filter? Yes. Hey, man, you got to throw it out there. If you got a thing that you're trying to do, you got to throw it out there, You
don't get if you don't ask.
That's right. It will always be a no. The answer will always be a no. If you don't ask, right? Is that how that goes? Something like that. I think it was Yoda that said that one time. Speaking of Yoda and misquoting Yoda, have you ever heard the Yoda birds in the trees?
The seagulls one.
The seagulls one, yeah. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic. So unbelievably good. If I'm ever feeling down, I play that song.
Yeah.
Like if I'm ever feeling down in the dumpster, you know what I mean? Down in the dumps, I'm a little sad pants, cry eyes, a little wispy.
Yeah, it's a good comeback, kid.
Man, that'll lift your spirits, And if it doesn't work the first time, you know what you do?
Watch it again.
You fucking repeat. You know what I'm saying?
I've had it for some reason, even though I've watched it multiple times, it occasionally pops back up in my YouTube suggested videos.
It's just
whenever it does, I watch it.
Just click. Like I need to hear that right now.
Yeah. I don't even care if I'm in a sad or a happy mood. I just watch that thing.
True.
It's so good. It's got rewatch appeal.
Yeah,
It gets really stuck in my head though, and then I walk around singing it all day.
that's good. That's good. You're just bringing joy to the earth.
What? Who was the channel? Is it Bad Lip Reading that made that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the Yoda one stuck in your head, you can always watch 75 of their other videos and get something else stuck in your head.
And get something else. I like the Peyton Manning ones. Those ones are pretty good.
They're just speaking ones, are they?
Yeah, it's the bad lip reading of football players.
Yeah. I had some. I was watching a cricket game yesterday morning. Yesterday afternoon, and they have right out in the middle of the cricket pitch where the wickets are, the stumps, those wooden sticks at each end of the pitch.
Right.
They have microphones in the ground that pick up all of the close noises and stuff, and they also pick up a lot of the chatter around the stumps and stuff. And there was some very, very funny F-bombs that got dropped through the microphone in quick succession yesterday, that obviously the sound mixer was a little bit slow on the fader. Didn't drop them out in time, but it was quite funny banter between a few of the players. But I'm not going to repeat what they said because it will be meaningless to most people, except for the F-bombs.
Ah.
That was,
Ridley Scott has returned to the world of dystopic sci-fi as executive producer on HBO Max's post-apocalyptic series Raised by Wolves, and the show's Android Center, blah blah blah. And he is going to release a new Aliens movie, as Bomber Steve says right there. So he got reinvigorated by doing
by making Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, and then he's going to do the next Alien movie, and I'm trying to find the release date here, but I can't find it yet. I just haven't.
I thought wasn't Prometheus supposed to reveal the origins of the xenomorphs?
Here it is, Alien Awakening. Right?
Yeah.
Alien
maybe.
Day 2021. Okay, just give me the freaking release date, you boner killing freaking internet. What's wrong with you? Work.
This probably hasn't even gone into production yet, or has it?
In February 2019, James Cameron stated he was working on the film's Blog Camps project, reviving Blog Camps project. What? Oh my God! Now I'm just like trying to figure out what the heck is going on here.
With Ridley's World.
See, this is what happens when I read the chat, you guys. What is the deal here?
It's called
I read the chat.
tangential
I read the
existence.
chat, and you just led me down some dark rabbit hole of trying to figure out if Alien was going to come out, the next Alien. But it's been canceled. It's been rebooted. It's been canceled. It's got James Cameron on it now. Which, did I say James Cameron? Is that right?
Ridley Scott.
No, it said that James Cameron was on the project now.
Yeah.
Untitled Alien prequel. Oh my God, I don't know when this is coming out, and if you guys don't have more information, I don't know. This movie's never going to happen. It's been canceled. It must have said something bad about somebody, and then it got canceled. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Images for Alien Awakening 2021.
BJ, we haven't touched on any Bad Batch yet. You're all right. You're safe.
You're all right. We haven't got into the Bad Batch. We're literally just trying to figure out what the hell's going on with Aliens.
We're still
Alien
stuck in the
Awakening is what
cinematic
it's supposed to be
universe.
called. All right, this article is from 2020. This is not helpful. This is I'm mad. Now I'm supposed to become a member.
Oh, I hate those things.
Everyone on the
Yeah.
internet's going to get fought now.
Oh, yes, Bomber Steve is saying that the one that I said, what did I say? Prometheus, it parsley, I think they mean the same thing, explained the origin story, but it's the whole story coming up. I I started
so
the
ma-
Alien series again not long ago, but I
Okay.
think I only did 1, 2, and 4. I skipped 3 for some reason. Was that a shit one? Was there a reason that I skipped 3?
Three
That
or
was the one
4.
with
One of them is terrible. Like one of them is just the one they're on the prison planet is just awful.
Was Winona Ryder in number 3 as the android, or was she in the 4th one?
I don't know. I'm looking it up here.
Yeah, I think she was in the 3rd.
So there was Alien and Aliens, Brilliant and Brilliant, amazing. I think Alien 3 is the one where they're on the prison planet, and she's like I forget, is she like a clone or a cyborg version? Yeah, something like that.
Ridley. Oh, yeah, actually,
Yeah.
She wasn't the real one, was she? I think she was a clone.
Yeah, something like that. I think she was a cyborg robot or something. And then there was like Alien Resurrection, which I don't recall Alien Resurrection being that good either. Yeah,
I think
that's
I
Alien
recall that one.
Resurrection's the one with like the zombie one, and she's like makes out with the mother. It's just that one's not good either.
I
It's
thought
not.
that was good.
No, you're wrong. You're just wrong. I'm sorry.
I think they know that they made a shit one in the 3rd one, so they tried to pick their act up for the next one. Maybe.
Hold on, save. Whoops. No, we want. Nope. Hold on, I clicked the button wrong. Save image. There we go. Save. Now look at this. Tell me if you think that this was good. Tell me if you think this was good. Do you think this was good? Do you think this was good?
That looks more like a it is. I was going to say that looks like more like a toy version of what was in the movie.
It is, but it's a good representation of it. It's not good. This was not good. The whole mother arc was no good.
Yeah, right.
It was not good. Now, here's the weird thing. I don't ever recall Sigourney Weaver being like super hot, you know?
What about Ghostbusters?
Hold on. Just hold on to your horses here.
All right.
But like retroactively, you know what I mean? When you see like old images of her or whatever, you're like, man, she's a smoke show. You know? I don't know. Maybe I'm older now, and I'm like I can appreciate the Sigourney stylings. But you're like, man, she was like super hot. But I guess like in the earlier, like in Alien and Aliens, she wasn't really like playing a hot chick. You know what I mean? She was playing like intense chick or lady.
She did that very well.
Yeah, because she was she was the whistleblower. Like, hey. Fast times at Ridgemont High. Bad news happening over here. I'm gonna blow a whistle, you know.
Was she in that? I don't even think I've seen that movie.
No, she wasn't in it. There's the Phoebe Cates part. That's the part you need to know about.
Right. I remember her a lot too.
From my youth. That part of the VHS didn't work properly. I'm telling you, it was all effed up for some reason. I don't know why.
All of a sudden, the heads needed cleaning after that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's bizarre. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and
actor who
watch all
played
of
Newt
those.
in Aliens, the kid who survived, is now a teacher in the United States. Let's see. Newt from Aliens today. Is she a teacher? That's one of the most memorable lines of all time. Is like, they mostly come out at night.
Yeah.
Mostly. Like, oh God,
Do you
bad
reckon
things are coming. Bad things are coming, guys.
would that
If you
line
hear-
have been as memorable if she didn't say the second mostly? I think that's what made it memorable, is the way the second mostly came out.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Could be. 8 out of 10 aliens choose Earth as a holiday destination. I think they would. They definitely would. They would holiday here, I think. You know, there's lots of snacks for them.
I was going to say it's a veritable smorgasbord for them.
Yeah, I don't think the environment's too bad for them. I think the climate is fine. You know, I think they could handle it. Adapt.
You're thinking of a specific type of variety of alien in your mind when you're saying that they would have a smorgasbord and be comfortable here? Is it you're talking about the ones from the movie, or you're just saying in general?
I mean, the ones from the
would-
movie, the face biters, they lay eggs in our stomachs,
All right.
and then
I
they come
was
bust.
just checking.
You're like trying to have a nice spaghetti dinner with your boys, like, hey, boys, let's sit down and have ourselves a spaghetti. We'll have a spaghetti dinner, a little snack.
Spaghetti.
I was doing spaghetti.
Go go and
Next
watch
thing you
it.
know,
American
the whole dinner's ruined.
Ruined because someone got a little bit too much face hugger on their head.
Yeah, just a bit, a little weird. Only when they placed here by predators to be hunted as part of their initiation. That's right. That's how you became a good predator, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you think about it, right? Because if the predators are really good at hunting everything, which they are, that's kind of their jive. You know what I mean? That's how they get down. You know what I mean? And then they come here and they're thwarted by an elderly Danny Glover, right?
Yeah, what was that about?
The
Was
whole
that
situation
crashing in
doesn't
onto
seem-
lethal weapon.
The whole situation just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. You know what I mean? The guy that's like, I'm getting too old for this shit, Riggs. You know that guy?
Six
who's
six years before he was in Predator.
Right. That was way before. Right.
Mhm.
And then he just goes toe to toe with the Predator around the city, just jumping building to building like he's freaking Batman or something. And the Predator gets killed. Or at least he gets killed in that one. I think he dies, and then they take his body away at the end. And then I think they left him with that weapon, the round, the throwing disc weapon or something like that. And then they were like, "Hey, you're a predator now."
Yeah,
Danny
he was one of
Glover.
us, pal. old man who was old a long time ago and can barely run across the earth that you're on.
Yeah, the whole situation doesn't make a whole lot of sense that the predators would be sent here and just have problems with Danny Glover, And be like, I mean, if they're going to go up toe to toe with an alien, that predator would have been dead in like moments, seconds, an instant.
N seconds. G'day 3G. Mike Kinseth. How's it going? I'm going to step up and grab myself a fluid.
It's not true. He's going to take his pants off. It's ridiculous.
They're already off. I'll show you.
Oh, maybe that was earlier. Got it. I was a little late to the show today. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to show up late. It's not something that I would normally do. Showing up late, See, he doesn't even have a bottom half of his body.
I'm floating to the fridge.
He's a phantasm. He's like part ghost, part man. What's that old track from? Was that Dr. Octagon, the one that's like half shark, alligator, half man? Right. It's a great track. The Dr. Octagon record. I would highly recommend anybody to check that out. Some of the greatest hip hop ever. Right. Right. Another fun fact, the first face hugger egg in Alien 1 that jumped at Kane was a whole heap of cow stomach lining and sheep intestines. And also, I don't think that they outlined what was going to happen during that scene with the actors. I believe it was an actual surprise. I think it was an actual surprise that they pulled on all of the actors. I think the only one that knew it was going to happen was the guy with the prosthetic. Is what I'm told.
What was the question?
It said there was a fun fact: the first face hugger in egg in Alien 1 that jumped at Kane was a whole heap of cow stomach lining and sheep intestines. And I added to that there was that the spaghetti scene, right, was a surprise to all the actors other than the guy with the prosthetic, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
We'll just call him Stu. He seems like a stew.
Stu. He was afterwards. He was in
Short
a bit of a stew.
Short for Stuart. Fish Kid, it's usually accidental. What happened? We don't need fish talk. This is good. The old doctor and I over here, Dr. Blacky, we keep it fast and loose. We generally talk about our favorite sci-fi stuff. We talk about music. Sometimes we talk about cricket. Sometimes we talk about shorts. Sometimes we talk about bikini bottoms. Sometimes we talk about Danny Glover. Sometimes we talk about whatever around here. That's kind of what we do. If you have a fish question, we'll do our best to answer it. But we just chilling, having a good time. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I think the fashion chat is far too seldom. Often we should be talking about Paris or Milan or what goes on in the House of Dior.
It's true whether or not they're embracing geometrics this year. Are they going with geometric shapes? Are they going with flowing lines? What are they doing? What is going to hit the runway?
When will my safari suit be back in style?
No, that's a waiting game right there. You have a pith helmet?
Two. I've got one in each color of pith. One slightly yellow and one a little paler.
Different shades for different occasions. Oh man, I thought I got a patronizer during the show. It's wrong. It's just it was just an update about something to do with tax rates in Canada. That's not a new patronizer.
Well, unless Canada's all come to the party at once, but you've got to pay tax because you've got too many Canadians on you.
It would be good, man. I'd take all of Canada as a patron. Why not?
Just as account, or
I could make a Canada specific content. Everything just be a slurry of maple syrup and hockey pucks and poutine. French fries with gravy and cheese curds on them. That's normal. That's something completely normal that people eat, right?
You've got the plaid shirt down already.
That's true. I do wear a lot of. I live in the north, dude. What do you want me to do? I'm not in Canada, but come on.
Because I'm led to believe that 97% of Canada's population are lumberjacks and only wear lumberjack shirts.
It's
and
true.
The rest of them pump gas at the survey.
It's true.
It's it's okay to issue racial slurs when they're the same color as me, right?
What racial slur? What?
Saying that they all wear the same thing.
I don't think that's a racial slur. I think that's just
A stereotype.
That's a stereotype. Yeah. There you go.
A misnomer, even.
I was like, I didn't think I heard you say anything offensive. It's just legit making fun of Canadians, but I think they're pretty good about it, except for the Quebecois. Those ones they're not very friendly to criticism because they think they're French, which they're not.
Essentially, I believe that's what Chewy was saying when he said that my comments worked with Eastern Canada, but not necessarily Western Canada. No, hang on, isn't the French side on the east?
The French side is on the east.
Yeah.
They're all wearing turtlenecks and talking croissant,
smoking cigarettes on Madame's, those long black cigarette holders.
Yes,
that's what the French do, isn't it?
I think that's what they do. I don't, it's troubling, but we should go. We should go check out France, and then we'll have a good. We'll be able to break it down for y'all.
We could do both. We'll do a bit of France and then a bit of Canada, so we can break it down, pass it, essay it up,
compare, contrast. Right?
Provide information for some poor kid's university thesis.
Does it ever snow in France? Does it ever get cold?
Surely it does, because they've got some Alps there. The Alps goes through the northern part of France, so I would imagine they'd see some snow.
Good point. That's a good point. France generally enjoys cool winters and mild summers, except along the Mediterranean, where mild winters and hot summers are the norm. Average winter temperatures range from 32 degrees to 46 Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's fine there. It's not. It's not cold. It's
So
not
true.
cold.
We
What is the
forgot one.
coldest month in France? 5.9 degrees Celsius. See, this is the asinine nonsense with Celsius, is that you got to do 5.9. Like, really, dude? What are you doing?
Well, you don't really have to because the difference is so minimal. You could just say 6 and you'd be talking about the same temperature, really. Unless you were a
inaccurate.
really OCD scientist.
Why not, dude? Why not do it? Yeah, because yeah, I don't want. Okay, fine. I have to click this button here. Yeah, because they have Switzerland on the right hand side, but then it's Germany over there. So yeah, there's Alps right over there. So there's got to be some snowy skiing and
And
nonsense.
what's north is Austria, isn't it?
Belgium,
Yeah, but Belgium's only tiny, isn't it?
Austria's over on the other side of Germany.
Where they speak Flemish, by the way. That's a really good callback to earlier in the stream.
Really? Do they speak Flemish in Austria?
No, in Belgium.
Oh, in Belgium. Yeah. I met a bunch of fish tubers from Belgium, and I have to say they're all friggin' rad. They were awesome. They were all cool.
Seems like a good country.
It seems pretty good. I want to go back and tootle around out there because there's a lot of cool fish keepers and stuff going on out there. Really cool stuff to see. I want to go back. There's Vivarium in November, and I want to go to that really bad, but I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't know if I can afford it or if Europe will let anybody go there.
What is that hosted in Belgium?
It's in Netherlands, but Netherlands is right next door. That's one of the weird things about Europe is you're just like, oh, let's drive to a whole different country.
Yeah.
How long is that going to take? 2.5
Hour and a
hours.
half. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what? Another country's 2.5 hours from here? And they're like, yeah, if we keep driving 3.5 hours, we'll be in another country that's totally different. You're like, oh, weird, dude. You guys are weirdos, bro.
And it's crazy how significantly different each country is.
Yeah, like
Step
vastly
across the
different.
border, and you're into a whole new world.
Right. It's
It's
vastly
not just
different.
a line on a map.
Well, it's a line on the ground, and the people apply it like that.
Yeah, I suppose.
But it is kind of wild because you just go country to country in the EU. Like, there's some checks a little bit, like they slow you down. Like, hey, chief, you're about to go into Belgium, or you're about to go into Hungary, or whatever. And but yeah, it's pretty seamless. You're just kind of going around, and now you're in another.
I've heard that Hungary rivals Australia and the US for their levels of racism.
Hungary seemed a little Hungary. It seemed to have a pretty strong situation going on. Corey and I walked into an eatery, and the guy running the shop there, like,
So you're sorry, Bomber
he
Steve.
looked up-
Thanks for hanging out, mate.
he looked up from behind where he was prepping food, and he just looked at us and he goes, "Yes." We're like, we're gonna maybe get something like and he just goes, "No." I was like, "What?" And he goes, "No, out." And he pointed to the door.
What?
And it was like, "Okay, see you later." Just like turned around, like, "Yep, there's no reason to confront this situation. I don't. I will lose nothing by just leaving right now. I'm just gonna go away. See you later."
I think after that little confrontation, even if you did encourage him to let you eat there, you'd probably end up with some kind of nonsense in your food.
Probably wouldn't have been great. Probably wouldn't have been fantastic. But we ended up walking around for quite a while, and then we found a nice Thai restaurant that had a giant fish tank in it. It was badass, dude.
Nice.
The other place had no fish tank, and presumably racist people working there.
But yeah, Budapest has to be a lovely city to walk around in. It's got some amazing old
It's pretty
architecture.
nice. There's a lot of prostitution on the streets, though, so go easy.
Well, I mean, if you're not shopping for that, I guess you look the other way, or are they like really pushy and stuff?
They're fairly pushy, and they all of the females have a man with them, who
Yeah.
are the ones who are propositioning you for them in their stead.
Right.
Very odd.
Yeah, that's very full on.
It's very odd. It's very bizarro, but it is what
Hello,
it is.
Dreamweaver.
It is what it is, I guess, is what I'm saying. That I don't know what to do about it, would be my other thing that I would say there.
So how about them Bad Batch, eh?
Nice segue, brah. That was strong.
It was seamless.
It was seamless. Seamless segue. Where's my synopsis? I felt really good about the episode. I remember that. And I need a reminder here. What was the newest one about? Because they went
Hand running mine carts. That was
That's right, with the mine carts, and then they had what's his name came and took over. He basically tried to steal Sid's place.
Sid's operation.
I can't remember that guy. He was mildly important for some reason. I forget why.
Because he's the son of another famous gangster lady in the Star Wars universe.
That's
that
right.
I'd actually never heard of, but apparently she's well known for some appearance in somewhere along the line. Maybe in books or comics or something.
I was trying to find.
But yeah, basically they get to Sid's office and find Sid's office taken over by some interestingly uniformed individuals.
Yeah.
And decide not to do work for man whose name you're looking for.
That's right.
And then stumble across Sid, and Sid sets them onto a job to hopefully recoup Sid's operation on that planet, which also now escapes me. Crikey. So many names to remember in the Star Wars universe.
There's a lot of names to remember. There's a lot of names to remember in the Bad Batch because there's just a lot of characters coming in and out and moving around. But I think overall, I think I was pretty happy with the episode because you saw like some ingenuity, you saw kind of Omega problem solving. You saw that the Bad Batch is still dealing with the idea of being loyal, right?
True. Yep.
We didn't have to deal with the conundrum of Crosshair this episode.
Well, it was interesting that I felt that the Bad Batch themselves were kind of straying from that loyalty, but it took a little bit of Omega's coaxing to get them back on the loyalty to Sid path. Even though, again, Sid threatened them with blabbing their secrets. But I guess if there's anything that's a trigger for loyalty, it's to have your secrets blurted.
That's right. But yeah, I think overall, like I'm pretty happy with, because like I think traditionally this would be sort of like what people would refer to as a filler episode, but I feel like it was there was a lot more character development than your traditional filler episode, where just kind of like, oh, some crap just happened. Like when, as a parallel would be like when the Mandalorian landed on the ice spider planet.
Yeah.
That episode made no sense. It just was a thing that happened, like it's just so stupid.
Yeah. I had a feeling with that episode that they, someone stumbled across those creatures' appearance in one of the old comics, and they thought, "Oh, let's find a way to work these into an episode."
Right.
But
which
yeah,
I think is
it was still a fun romp.
I think for me overall, I think is like BJ says, it's a builder episode. Yeah, it's like there is one of those. There's one of those things that, like, when you're in a production, and I talked about this previously, where this show is hitting that, it's either hitting intentionally, or not intentionally, trying to hit the 22-minute mark or whatever, right? Which I don't fully understand why they're doing that. It just seems kind of weird to me how they're kind of uniformly hitting this 23, 25, 22 minute long
it's
episodes.
Probably just a memo that was handed down from corporate saying
And some random
people
dingleberry. Yeah.
don't understand how the way it works.
Well, I just don't know why they're choosing to do that. But in the past, like, filler episodes normally showed up because, like, a 22-minute show would get picked up for 18 episodes or something, and they're like, oh crap, we have 16 or 14 or something. Let's add in some old Western style, like, a thing happens and then they got to fix it, and that's the end of the episode, and nobody learned anything. It just was Wednesday, it was just don't worry, that was just middle of the week running errands kind of crap.
G'day, Campbell son. How's it going, Dan?
Campbell son. And yeah, like, that's kind of one of those things where it's like you normally see that. And I think, like, if you're going to do that, whoever's writing on the Bad Batch, I think you could see some influence here of, like, well, let's at least take those opportunities to, like, flesh out some character as opposed to just some stuff happens, right? Because nobody really, like, moved up or down or, progressed in any kind of, like, substantial way. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what I referred to as well before was G'day Ian, was the that scene where they were questioning their loyalty to Sid and Omega talked them around and stuff. That was sort of highlighting that potentially these guys are starting to stray from their the demands of loyalty that they've had coded into them since birth. But because they were able to be swayed back the other way, they're sort of being a little bit torn. But yeah, I think we're definitely seeing growth of all the characters.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, I think it's really easy to write. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not easy to write episodes, but I think it's really easy to kind of fall back on the formula of, like, just some stuff happens and people will be happy because they're fans and they like to see their guys and gals do stuff in the show that they like, like The Walking Dead season 2 was like that. The whole season 2 of The Walking Dead was like, oh, they're just in the apocalypse talking to each other and kind of just chilling. Okay. Weird. Zombies everywhere, but that doesn't seem to be a problem. Why are they hanging out in a wheat field just talking?
That's right. Season 2 was the farmhouse one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Very. Yeah. And I think, I think all writing staff, like, sometimes needs to get, like, smacked upside the head and be like, hey, whoa, hold on. This needs cohesion, which I think, I think that also might have something to do with the longevity of this team kind of working together. But there was an amazing thing that happened today. I don't know if you saw this. What is the name of the YouTuber that, hold on, fixed, what's his name? Luke Skywalker. So the name, I can't remember the name of Shamook. Yeah, Shamook is a YouTuber that fixed all of the scenes where people were aged younger. So I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah. I read up on the
it's
story
like he fixed
yesterday.
He fixed Luke Skywalker. He fixed Princess Leia, blah, 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 posted them up. And I think, like, as a testimonial to kind of like what you see with Lucasfilms versus a lot of other production houses, they didn't, like, delete the episodes. They didn't get rid of them. They just kind of went like, okay, this actually is better, legit, cool. Hey, do you want a job? You need to come over here and work over here. We want you to come work here. Like, let's do this. And they actually hired him. So
now he's working on Indiana Jones 5.
That's right. So you see some things like that from this production house where you kind of go like, "Ooh, that's some kind of smart thinking," you know?
Yeah, traditional employment paths aren't the only way to get jobs nowadays, are they?
That's right. That's right. You could YouTube your way into a job.
Yeah, many people have. He's probably already earning a mint from his YouTube stuff after all of the.
I don't think it was monetized because I don't think that you could.
No, because it was someone else's IP.
Right. I think. But I mean, I think it's so. I mean, I think it's such pop culture that, like, I don't even think you could really be like, well, I made it. You know, it's like, well, I don't think you made it, bud. I don't think you produced that. You've made it better. True. Or maybe they could say like it's transformative, and maybe that would count. I'm not 100%, but I think they own all the likeness and title names and all that kind of stuff that you could have put on it. So
yeah, apparently the theory is that in the Indiana Jones 5 movie, there's a few different flashback scenes where they've got Harrison Ford has filmed the scenes, or have been maybe, but yeah, then they're not flashbacks to the same stage in his life. You know, there's a few different eras, so that's where they've just gone, yeah, we're not going to stuff around, we're going to get the guy who does it right the first time.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense to me. But I think you kind of see like I think you kind of see the you kind of see like I don't know what the word is, because progressive doesn't sound right, but you see like that positive mentality of like, how do we just keep making something better without, just tripping over your own feet or ignoring stuff that's good. I don't know. I'm sure there's a word for it, but
they could have quite easily got their back up and just, trashed the dude's channel and tried to get him to take it down and all that kind of stuff. But instead, they took the sensible option and, got the dude who seems to be the best at it on the job,
right?
Which is essentially what you want when you're making very high budget stuff.
True. That's that kind of sabotaged on you pretty quickly there.
Yeah,
one worked.
Kind of almost gives me an instant headache having to squint so hard.
Too much squingy. Have you ever tried toothpaste pills?
I'm glad that got our attention at the same time. That seems quite bizarre.
Oh, you mean like the crunchy toothpaste? So it's like toothpaste that comes in these little, like a Tylenol's, like a compressed pill. They make toothpaste like that. So it's toothpaste without the water, and it's a little tab. And you're like, ow, and you chomp it, and then water, and you can brush your teeth. It turns into kind of toothpaste-ish. Yeah, we tried those. We tried the charcoal ones, and we tried the mint ones. I didn't find them to be as effective. But what do I know? We tried them for a while, and then we were like, nah, this isn't as good as our normal, like, good toothpaste. We buy that good toothpaste,
Speaking of toothpaste, I absolutely hate gel toothpaste. I'm currently using one, and I hate the texture it leaves my mouth with afterwards. For some reason, it's like we've got gel and we've got paste.
Okay. So
the gel looks like plastic nonsense, and the paste just looks like white cream.
Yeah, I go with the paste.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a tube sitting in my bathroom for a while, and because I'm I've got to get my money's worth. I can't just waste it, but I hate it every time I brush my teeth with it. I think I'll just toss it and accept the loss.
The volume filming tech used in Mandalorian is groundbreaking. Dude, every way that they filmed the Mandalorian is pretty groundbreaking. All that tech that they used is amazing. Even the have you seen the projection? Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
All the projection and stuff that they used. It's just pretty cool. That's Jon Favreau though.
Yeah, I think he's going to make even more money just by selling that, or leasing that technology to people, teaching people how to do it.
God, I don't think Favreau needs any more money. Does he need more money?
Probably not. But once you get a little bit in the bank, you tend to want a lot more.
I guess that's true. It seems to be the track record. The ongoing track record continues to be people going wild for money once they have some.
Yeah, I've got a new one of the one that I like sitting there waiting, Zenny, but I just felt it's just the way I am. The old one's sitting there, I've got to use it first, but I think I'm convinced now that I'm just going to pop it in the bin and bust the new one out and go back to enjoying brushing my teeth. As shithouse as my teeth are.
I mean, you might as well, right?
Yeah. Might as well go back to garnering loads of pleasure from brushing my teeth. It's actually something that I'm quite terrible at because I have a horrendous gag reflex. So brushing my back molars, I can't gargle. If I try and gargle, I
really
spun out. Yeah, I've got to get into like a Zen state to get to my back molars and do some nice slow deep breathing before I get back there to try and control the gag reflex.
Wow. That's like a whole new world, man.
Yeah.
That's wild stuff you got going on over there.
Thankfully, most of my way back molars have been removed.
Oh, like your wisdom teeth?
Yeah. I think I only had 2 wisdom teeth. I think I had 2 wisdom teeth on the bottom, but I never had any show up top.
Oh.
Or if they did show up the top, they by the time they busted out and got there, they were manky and gross anyway and rotting away, so they had to be removed. But yeah, it seems to be, apart from my front teeth that are falling apart, it was definitely my back molars that always suffered the worst. But instead of whenever I went to a dentist to get them looked at and they wanted to repair them, I would just say no, it's probably easier to remove them, so it makes me want to vomit less during a toothbrushing thing. Because a minty vomit still smells like vomit.
Got it. All right, man. So, I'm with you.
Essentially, a good Bad Batch episode. That was another seamless segue.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't really think that there was... I didn't think there was really too much to add or detract or take away. Like I said, I thought the character development was good. There definitely was some tension. The tension was... resolved via the, like we're a family message, which, to some people might not be important or whatnot, but I think it's pretty important to continue to reiterate that, like, this is Omega's family, right?
Yeah.
And, I guess like dealing with it. As said, the spice, I think it's kind of important to introduce the spice in some way that is a little more, that's a little more explanatory than, like, especially the movies. The movies just sort of like, kind of glaze over the fact that the spice is like the heroine of the Star Wars world, and Han Solo was a spice runner for however many years, right? And they just sort of normalize that and sort of glaze it over, like, well, he's just he just traffics drugs all around the galaxy and stuff. He's just like a normal dude. He's a scrappy guy. He's got a Chewbacca, he's got to do what he's got to do,
He's a scruffy looking nerf herder.
He's a scruffy looking nerf herder.
Yeah, but that would be an interesting concept for a Star Wars universe show. Is maybe like a reality show for people in spice rehab or something like that.
Spice rehab. That would be weird.
Not sure if Disney would take it on.
Would Dr. Drew be in that one?
Oh, he'd probably be ideal, but maybe they'd paint him blue or green or something.
Yeah, let's spray paint him.
You're unmuted, by the way, Scungy, if you've tried to speak.
I have not.
Right. The spice brings everyone together.
That's right.
However, I'm gonna go. I have to go and pick up my boy from work experience. So I'm gonna
Work
Does he get an
experience.
early
love
finish
yous
today?
and leave yous. Yeah. He messaged me just before to say that the guy said there's not much else to do, so he can just chill for the rest of the day. But he would rather chill here than there.
Right.
So,
yeah.
yeah. All right. So bye,
love-
everybody.
I might
see
see
you
you a bit
next
later
time.
on, Ski.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, hang on. Before you go, show us where your painting got up to.
Oh yeah, I got up to here.
Only
Right.
got up to there.
Well, because they've got
Oh.
like quite a
Oh,
lot of
hang on,
stuff.
hang on, I'll
No,
solo you up
don't
first
do
because-
that. I don't like being alone on the thing.
Well, essentially, your picture would have been alone. Yeah, that's
But it's
nice.
not, because see, in this case, it's just my picture. But once you open the whole thing up, then there's everything else. So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And I did some other little doobity ones.
Crikey, you've been a little bit busy there.
You're
No
so
wonder you
productive.
haven't been talking much.
Well, I think it actually like it's the reverse. It's because I'm not talking that I got a lot of painting done.
A
Anyway.
little from column A and a little from column B.
True. Oh, hey, we got to do the. Do we have to do the YouTube thing where we go like, everybody smash like and subscribe? Ring the bell.
Yeah, go on. Do that. Don't forget to subscribe to Sarah's channel as well. Zen put the link up before, and she's got some very cool, funny little fast motion forwards and backwards drawing-y, painting-y videos. They're very cool.
I don't really know if it's worth it, but I put them up specifically when we were doing the stuff before, and there was people who were like interested in seeing the processy stuff, so I was trying to put them up there, but I'm not really interested in building a YouTube channel.
No, yeah, but if they're going to go there to watch some awesome little videos, they might as well click that little bloody red button while they're there.
They might as well.
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't cost anyone anything.
Here's the real question. Like, you might not be entertaining the idea of starting a YouTube channel, but what if you woke up tomorrow and had 2 million subscribers?
And every
Well,
video you did,
They'd all be pretty disappointed. and the weight of that might be
I like it. That's the perfect answer. Marvelous.
all right. I really do have to go, so have
All right,
fun.
love.
Pick up the boy.
I'll see you. Yep.
The bruiser. Pick up the bruiser from work experience. What's work experience? What's the plan there? Do they just labor for free and like?
Essentially, yes. There's a couple of stages of it when you go through high school over here. We have what is your high school goes to grade 12? I know they probably call it different stuff, but we go year 12 is your last year of high school.
Yeah, same.
So when you're in year 10, they send the kiddies out for. I think you can either do. I don't know if it's changed much, but you can either do a 2-week block or you do 2 weeks in separate locations where, like you said, it's basically is free labor, but it essentially kids can go and do a job and find out what actually goes on in that job, and get used to the working life sort of thing. And then I think when you get to year 12, you might do, or maybe even year 11, you do another week, which I think they expect to be a little bit more full on than just, sweeping floors or stocking shelves.
Right.
A little bit more head involved or something. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It's been, almost 30 years since I left school. Pardon me. But I suppose I did have my kids go through it. I think one of mine didn't actually do any. But,
Didn't bother, huh?
Yeah, well, I think he didn't bother with a lot of his senior high school, but now he's making money, making music, so he's doing okay.
Got it. Making money, making music.
Yeah, he's only bloody 18, and I think he's already made more money from music than I ever did.
Wow. That's not bad.
Yeah, getting played on one of the national radio stations, getting talked about, or one of the rappers that he does most of his work with is getting talked about. Then he's getting hit up by people, saying, I work with this person and this person. I think I've got an A&R company that might be interested in some of your stuff. And the dude's also saying, you can put your prices up for when you're dealing with big record labels. So yeah, he's sorting himself out a business name and a ABN, which is an Australian business number, which you need to perform business in this country.
Yeah. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs an Australian business number.
Yeah, and he especially needs that because he's getting royalty payments coming through for Spotify plays and stuff. So
yeah,
you need your business number to actually be able to claim that money. But yeah, essentially all the kids have to do work experience. If they don't, I think they lose marks on their final high school storybook thing, whatever they call it over there. We call it the higher school certificate.
Yeah.
What is it there? The GPA. No, GPA is college stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, you get a GPA in high school here too.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, we don't have GPA here, I don't think. I never went to college. I did, but pretend one. Pretend college. It was in my imagination. It's where I got my PhD on useless shit.
Right. It makes sense.
Yeah. A little bit of sense, anyway.
A little bit of sense. What do we got? What was the other thing we were going to talk about? I can't remember. What was that thing? There was a thing we were going to talk about. There was Dune.
Did we plan it
that's
earlier?
right.
I must have missed that meeting.
We didn't have a meeting. You know what I'm talking about. The Beast was he was texting me earlier, and I don't know why he's not here tonight. He's probably asleep because he was texting me earlier.
Yeah, well, I think I got messages from him between 3:00 and 3:30 this morning.
That must have been when I was getting messages from him also.
Yeah, right. So I think he might have been up quite late.
I think he was up in the dark because he sent me videos of koalas well, not mid coitus, but mid what do you call that when you're trying to find a mate? What is that called? You're trying to attract a mate. Courting. There you go.
Wooing, if you will.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure what was going on, why he was outside pointing flashlights at koalas.
Oh, he had them in his backyard.
Yeah, he had a bunch of koalas in his backyard, and he was out there taking videos. Hi. What are you doing? I farted just a minute ago, just like a second ago, and Vicky came down to my office and said, "It smells like somebody's farting down here." And I said, "That's correct."
Well, they do waft upwards.
It was a thing. It was a thing that happened. I had a toot. I didn't want everybody in the show to know, so that's why I'm talking about it now.
Yeah,
I tooted, and if you were over here, it would smell like a fart.
It didn't even come through that microphone, so that microphone is excellently selective. Yes.
That's right. It doesn't pick up the background sound very much. I've got it condensed.
I'm surprised that I don't have a some kind of flatulent noise on my soundboard thing.
Ooh, it would be good to have one of those.
Of course it would, but you know, hindsight, it's always perfect, isn't it? But yeah, I'll try and sort that so we can fart like 47 times each during next week's stream.
That's a good idea. We should get a fart board.
Well, in the olden days, people used to count my burps during the whole stream, and then people used to. There was a drinking game that started back in the day as well, where people would every time I burped, that would be a drink. You know,
Yeah.
so many options for drinking games with the shit we carry on with.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you got to do some bad ideas when you got a thing going on in your youth, your youths.
Does that mean your floorboards are very porous, or have you got like a air conditioning system that benefits the whole house to the joys of the aromas of your flatulence?
Oh no, she came downstairs to my office.
I thought that was the reason she came down, because she could smell it upstairs.
No, she came down and I think her
And
nose
smacked her
hairs
in the face when she leaned in the
Yeah,
door.
her nose hairs are singed. Her nostril hairs were smoldering, smoking. There's a poofta of smoke from the burning. What is it called? The sulfur. They call it sulfur, right?
I'm sure sulfur is an element
brimstone.
in most of our farts.
That's right.
Brimstone. Oh yeah, that's right. It was called that, wasn't it?
It's just the brimstone, buddy. Don't worry about it. It's not my farts.
I actually had that in a crossword the other day.
What's going on over there, Dave? What are you doing?
The clue was sulfur, and the answer was
Yeah.
brimstone. But it took me a while to join the dots.
Are you hot on the mic? Are you about to drop some fresh rhymes into the mic?
Come on.
My name is Sticky Vicky, and I'm here to say.
Did you just say your name was Sticky Vicky?
Sticky Vicky.
Wow.
Dropping rhymes.
Rhymes. That does rhyme, yes.
About as good as it gets. Babe.
Oh, okay. A little
My,
tired.
my,
I'm
my,
more than
my one's MC
Vicky's
dad
wiped out.
jokes.
She's had a long day.
Hi Vicky, how are you?
That microphone. If you don't want to be on camera.
Oh,
But
yeah,
you can be
no.
on camera if you want.
No, nobody wants to see me on camera.
I mean, I do. I think you're hottie and sticky, apparently.
I was going to say, the
Hot and
stickier,
sticky.
the hottier.
I'm
G'day,
good. How are
Vicky.
you doing today?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. I am
Good,
on
good.
fire. No, I'm not really. I'm about as on fire as I could possibly be right now.
Oh, is it hot there? Or are you
No,
just
no. It's actually quite cold. I'm not, like, I think last week I was really like, but this week I actually feel on top of things, probably because I had quite a busy morning. I got up early, but I had to go and do things and stuff. So before time came around to get on stream, I think my mind was already churning and active enough that I could formulate sentences and use appropriate grammar and stuff.
That's awesome. I'm like at the opposite end of that, where like my day's been super productive and now my brain is mush.
Time to switch off.
I'm done. I had to give myself a motivational speech to fold the laundry. So
Yeah, right. Things are bleak when that's got to happen.
yeah. Yeah. Anyways, good talking to you.
Lovely to have your voice.
Was it like
on
the speech
my
from
ears.
Rudy? You know?
It was similar to the speech from Rudy.
Right.
Yeah. Yep, it really was. Epic proportions.
Halftime speech.
Yeah.
Strange coach. No. Sounds good.
All right. You guys take it easy.
All right, you too. Sleep well. Catch up.
She's going to rest like a regular human.
Wrecked like a regular human.
Rest.
Rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor's most common remedy.
I'll be down here farting.
Yeah, that couldn't have been doing her any good if her body's already on a low functioning phase and she's got to absorb all those extra sulfides through her lungs.
All that brimstone, you know.
Jagged. So many cows all laying down outside the fence. I just want to eat.
There was like another thing I wanted to bring up today, but I can't remember what it is now.
So it wasn't the koalas from Beast.
It could have been the koalas from Beast. I mean, really, it could have been.
I suppose we've really got to start sending each other messages when we get these ideas. Can anyone?
I don't know.
Get
Oh,
the background noise?
that
through
was
my
the
microphone?
that was a Disney thing. Disney decides to bring. Disney chooses to bring Black Widow to digital release early. Adds 9 deleted scenes. So I think it's going to come. I think it's going to come digital release here pretty soon.
And did you say with 9 deleted scenes?
Yeah,
So they
plus
get
9 deleted
a
scenes.
better version on the digital instead of at the cinema.
I just don't understand that. I don't know, whatever. I mean, I get it. I get what it is. I mean, it's obviously you want to repurpose the same thing that you already made and get the hype train on a thing that you already did, right?
But is that digital release still a paid release, or is that, you know, when they're releasing it into the general Disney viewing platform without paying for it? Because yeah, we spoke last week about how it was $35 Australian to sit down and watch that.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. Is like I don't know how many people really wanted to watch it at home for $30. It seemed high. You know what I mean? Like $15.99, like maybe a $19.99 seems like, all right, we want to watch it early, but like $29.99 was like $30. Like, nah, dude, I'll just wait.
Yeah,
Like,
I could justify $20 if 2 people were watching it. That's like $10 a ticket. Sure, why not? My TV's big, my sound system's awesome.
yeah. But I mean, like, let's be honest here. I mean, it's Black Widow. Like, I don't know how many people were like, oh my God, I've got to see Black Widow for sure. Right? Like,
I would
pay
imagine
$30.
Yeah, I imagine that most of them are teenage boys who are avid fans of the Scarlet. It's maybe her curb appeal, shall we say, is lacking now that she's, you know, no longer a 25-year-old. But yeah, that's she was always one of the ones that I was most disappointed about, because she's just a normal person, like the dude with the bloody bow and arrow. They're just people who are good at stuff. How do they even, you know, how do they fit in there when they're not super amazing? They're just real good.
So, yeah. Oh, here's the other one. Resident Evil, the Welcome to Raccoon City is supposed to be coming out, right?
That's another franchise. I've not seen any of them. I remember seeing one of them where there was a I didn't see the whole movie, but I can still remember the crisscrossy laser thing that diced that dude up. That was pretty cool. But that's about the only thing I can remember from the Resident Evil. Oh, hang on, was that Resident Evil?
From the first one?
Is that Mia Jovovich? Is she Milla or Mia? Come on, we've got to find this out.
I think it's Mia.
Spelt. I think it's spelt Miller, but yeah, I'm fairly certain that's pronounced Mia.
Yeah,
being a Euro lass.
I don't know. Ever since The Fifth Element, it's really hard to like not, you know, multipass. Do you have multipass?
Clearly not, because those words together don't seem to make sense to me.
I've seen The Fifth Element. You should probably see The Fifth Element.
I've seen The Fifth Element. I love that movie.
Yeah, she goes the Lilu. She's Lilu, and she does the multipass.
Oh, wicked,
multipass?
wicked. I've got a Spangled Drongo sitting on my waterbed. What is it called? Bird bath. My sister was visiting yesterday, and she was telling
Is it
me
a
about
waterbed?
waterbeds.
Is it a waterbed?
Do you know what a spangled drongo is?
I have no idea what a spangled drongo is. I mean, it's a bird, right?
Yeah,
Spangled drongo. Is that right?
Yeah, and they're like they're usually
It's like a
really sketchy
blackbird.
and hard to get close to. Long forked tail,
They do have
I
a
think,
forked tail. Agreed.
and normally, like, if one was to hear a human voice, they wouldn't stay. What am I? Maybe 7 or 8 meters away from it.
Oh, they got some. They're black, but they got some blue spots
Yeah,
and a
I think
blue.
that's where the spangled comes into it.
No, I mean it
But you
could be.
don't necessarily see the spots. Like where I'm looking at it now, I see some iridescence in their black feathers, but I don't see the spots. And I fear that if I got up to go and get my camera to take a shot of it, that would probably make it disappear.
Yeah, probably fly away.
I mean, it's like right near all the cows and stuff, so it's probably hearing my deep rumbling, just as the noises that a cow's stomach would normally make. Oh, look out! Campbellson comes through with the Latin. I'm assuming that's the spangled drongo's scientific name.
Let me see.
And he's
Should I
away.
check?
He actually
Should I
flew
check?
closer to me to leave.
Yep, it's correct.
I know that, like, they're around here, over in that section. Not this actual picture that you can see, but in the real forest over behind me, there's certainly they hang around over there. But the for it to come and drink from my bird baths, the creek water must be disgusting at the moment. Pardon me.
Is it all dried up or maybe too much?
No, there's definitely still water in it, but it's it's not a very rapid flowing creek.
Ah,
So there's a lot of it gets quite brown and quite stagnant, and the top gets covered with that scummy filth that you get on a still creek.
like flotsam.
Flotsam, yeah, not so much jetsam.
Not so much jetsam. Jetsam is much more innocuous and innocent as compared to the flotsam.
Yeah, that was nice visit. Thanks, Drongo. We also, drongo is a little bit of a derogatory term in Australia as well. You call someone a drongo, you're calling them a goose, an idiot, a fool.
Ah, on a fool's errand.
But
I see.
I'm not sure which came first, whether calling people drongos came before naming the bird a drongo. G'day, Skipper.
We'd have to get in some deep etymology. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about.
You remembered.
Are you a fan of Tim Minchin?
I don't mind Tim Minchin.
You don't mind? You're like, yeah, whatever.
Like I haven't ever bought tickets to go and see his shows, but I definitely find him a humorous lad.
It's hard to. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you here for a minute. It's really difficult to be like, I'm going to buy tickets to a comedy show, even if it is kind of a bigger. Because I guess he does kind of, it's like he does music, and so I think there's a lot more theatrics to it. But like, man, there are times where it's like I've bought tickets to go, like, man, I'm going to go see this like famous comedian, right? And you're like, wow, I mean, that was the big set. Okay. You know what I mean? It's like,
didn't hit home well enough.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the problem, or, maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's like,
well, you go to a comedy show and the opener slays, and that
Right.
probably daunts the main
Right.
act, and they put on a mediocre show
yeah.
because they're thinking to themselves, "Oh, that opener was so good."
Or I don't know what they're thinking, or maybe it's just like you're already kind of like exposed to their comedy, now with like social media and stuff. That maybe that's the issue, because it's not like going to see a band that you really, really like. Although I guess like I could say that there's been a bunch of times where I've gone to see a band where I was like, yeah, I'm just kind of here listening to the record, like I'm not all jacked up over it. You know, like I enjoy it, I have a good time, but you know, I'm not necessarily like losing my mind. You
Yeah,
know?
well, I think we've had that discussion before, where comedy is one of those art forms where people don't go to a show to hear the greatest hits, whereas if you're going to a Status Quo show or a Chicago show, you're going there for 2 hours of the greatest hits, even though the Status Quo show is all the same song over and over again.
Right.
Probably wasn't the best example to use, but yeah, comedy's weird like that. That even some comedians might get asked to do this bit that you did 10 years ago. I really want
Right.
to laugh at that right now. But essentially, people always just want to hear new material.
Right.
Whereas you go to a music show, you want to hear that song that made you goosebump up 10 years ago. But anyway, what was your point about Tim Minchin?
Oh,
He-
I was just I don't know. I was listening to some of his stuff the other day, some of his material.
can I? No, hang on. Let me interrupt. BJ Palmer, I hate that when you go to a concert and you can't hear the fucking people on the stage for the 27 idiots directly around you that are singing along, and they're singing terribly to the band. It's like, I came here to listen to that dude up there or that chick up there sing their song, not these people all around me.
Right.
And when they clap out of time, Jesus, get a metronome, people. There's
Well, that is
free out.
it's definitely bad times.
Sorry. All right, back to Tim.
No, I agree. Like
G'day, T-Bone. Tim Bone.
Like if you go to a show, like a show, like more often than not, the downside to the show is the crowd, right?
Yeah. It's like, can't I just watch this on my own?
Right. Like, is there any way all you
of my
people could
best
just
friends.
F off and leave? How about that? Can you just leave? I just want to watch the show. But I've definitely been to comedy shows where they were much smaller, and I think those were a lot funner. But I can't say that I premeditatedly really like bought tickets. It was kind of just like, oh wow, that guy's in town. We can go check that out.
Yeah.
Something about big arena shows are just not very good.
Speaking of funny Australians,
Uh-huh.
are you familiar, or is anyone in the chat familiar with the Australian YouTube channel called Nat's What I Reckon?
Sounds familiar.
Is my sister, who's like almost 15 years older than me, put me onto him yesterday.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, the cooking guy. Yeah, I love this dude.
Videos. Oh, he's so funny.
This dude shreds, bro. This guy's awesome. It's totally like a line cook that was bored during the pandemic and was just like, screw it, I'm gonna start making YouTube videos.
And yeah, he's I don't know.
This is like one of my people right here. This is legit one of my people. I would hang out with this guy. Like I would have cooked with this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally warmed to him as soon as he started talking on the video that I saw yesterday, and now I've got a massive back catalogue of his stuff to go back through.
Yeah.
Ooh, that came up a little bit.
Yeah, I forget which first. Let me see. One of the first videos I was turned on to was something with him making. I don't know, he was making something, and he'd kind of made a bunch of sort of crappy YouTube videos before that.
Yeah,
just like him, like kind of
and shit.
Just kind of farting around town and doing whatever, and I don't know, just kind of random nonsense. But I think during the pandemic, he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, maybe I'll do some cooking videos because I'm a ridiculous dude," and it just took off like wildfire. I think the first or second one that he did,
it was fuck pre-made sauce or tinned sauce or something like that. It became his thing, and now he says it in every video apparently.
Yeah, and it's like
some of them are all right, time savers, but still, I get it.
Yeah, just make your own sauce. It's fine.
Time. Oh, that's a good point. Last concert. What was the last concert I went to? Probably just some local dodgy band.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of what it was. I've been to so many concerts. It's been a lot. I've been to a lot of shows. So I don't know. I can't even think. What was the last one? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Might have
I
been
don't- I
Hell's
don't
Bells.
include- Is that like an ACD tribute band?
Yeah, it's all female.
Bells with an E, an extra E and an S on the end. Gotcha.
And they're actually sanctioned. They're accredited by ACDC. Like they are the official
The
AC/DC
official
cover
female
band.
version. Right.
Yep.
Nice. That's like the Iron Maidens. They've got that.
Mm-hmm. They got the nod.
Yeah, but they you reckon they might have not gone with the obvious band name?
The Iron Maidens.
Yeah, it seems, it's only one letter difference from the original band.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty smart, one way or another.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figure start your own band with your own music because you shred so hard, right?
Well, I would imagine that potentially those girls probably do have a sideline, if not all in one other band that they shred around and make their own music. If maybe some solo projects or something.
Maybe.
Actually, one of the guitar players in the Iron Maidens is a very, very well famous guitar player. If Chewy's still in the chat, he'll tell us in a matter of seconds who she is.
In seconds.
I can't. Her name evades me at the moment, but I think it's a Nikki something or something like that. But yeah, she shreds pretty good.
Yeah. Natural Aquarium says I love going to comedy shows. One of my favorite things to do. The wife and I just saw Whitney Cummings in Portland. I would probably go see Whitney Cummings, I think. Maybe. I don't know. It depends.
She's got dual benefits.
What's that?
She's got dual benefits. She's, incredibly funny and she's easy on the eyes.
It's true.
So she's got a shit joke. You can just tune out and, stare at her boobs or something. Sorry, I don't mean to offend. I probably do.
She talks about her fake boobs all the time. So what are you going to do?
That's why I meant you'd look at them.
Exactly. For she is proud of them.
Yeah,
loudly.
I mean it's pointless to deny them, isn't it?
I think at whatever juncture in time we are in, that's a fact. It would be foolish to ignore them, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. Oh God, what was the other thing? Natural Aquariums. I saw Louis C.K. before the scandal, where the Blazers play. We all just watched the show on the Jumbotron. Lame, but small clubs are cool. Yeah, I saw Louis C.K. Like 7-8 years ago or something like that. I thought it was pretty good, but he was playing. But it was like a really big. It was like a really big tour, so he was doing a lot of his old material because there's that big of a crowd with all these people with their cell phones out. Like any of your good jokes are going to make it onto YouTube and in 20 seconds flat.
Isn't he one of the comedians that all the other comedians are always impressed with because he always put out an hour special every year, and a lot of comedians struggle with putting out that.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know that he put out an hour every year. Like Carlin did that. Like George Carlin would put out a special pretty much every year. I think was kind of his thing. And I think Louis C.K. just did a lot of specials, but I've always liked his content, and it's like it's pretty unfortunate that he was whatever you want to call it, scandal, whatever he was doing. I feel like if he apologized and made it right with the people, I don't know. It's one of those where you're like, it's kind of a gray situation.
Well, it is. It's a very grey situation because there's so much talk about you're not supposed to kink shame people anymore, and that's essentially what happened to Louis C.K. He got kink shamed because he had a kink, and he was doing it right. Apparently, he was asking people first.
It seemed like he was asking people, but then I think that the scandal was around the fact that like he was in a powerful position as
So that
compared to the people
couldn't
he
say
was.
no.
Yeah, so it's like, but also at the same time, like that would include pretty much anybody that he ever comes in contact with, right?
Mm.
To a
Yeah,
to a degree, right? Like,
there's so much grey area in that case.
yeah.
Isn't
So I don't know. That whole one just seemed kind of strange, but definitely, it definitely didn't seem like a cut and dry thing, and it sounded like he did his best to A, correct the behavior, and then B, apologize and make amends for it as best he could. It seemed to be the case to me. I don't know. I'm not involved.
Well, and full
personally or
credit to
anything.
him as well. He's back out there working and doing the clubs and whatnot.
Right.
To based on the people that I've spoken to or listened to, I should say. They say he's out there doing the comedy clubs and all that again.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that he was out, and then obviously everybody, because of COVID, that all kind of got shut down.
Yeah. I've really got to go and do a wee. I've been trying to hold off. But
Except Dave Chappelle came out with that piece that
on his farm ones.
Yeah, that was intense and good.
But like, as awesome as Dave was, I just haven't been able to get into any of his newer comedy stuff. It just seems it seems really dark and complainy and stuff. But I guess he's had a lot of shit to deal with, so it's probably the ideal subject matter to go down for him. G'day, Aquaman. Yeah, Tom Segura. I love his comedy.
I love Tom Segura too, and I've loved him for a long time. But I mentioned this before. You and I were talking about this. I feel like he's leaning too hard into the gross out stuff.
Yeah, well, based on the stuff that they show on their live stream, sure, I think that goes that way. But I think when he's doing his stand up and stuff, I don't think he's necessarily going the gross out route. I think he's still doing his storytelling and not necessarily talking about pee and poo and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, his latest special goes on like a 5-minute diatribe about how he would drown his dog if it bit one of his kids.
Oh yeah.
Like in a pretty gruesome way, which I almost feel like that's just the flow. To me, that's like, that was the big laugh, was that you would put the dog down if it hurt your kid, right? Like that was the big laugh. Then you run into it one more time, right? To reiterate the joke. And then you got to move on.
With
you can't just keep like going into this like, I'm going to put him in a bucket and all this crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit weird.
Really got to go and do this week.
Yeah. Natural Aquarium says this particular show is more about her buns. Can we say ass on here? I don't know. I don't know if we can say ass on the internet anymore. Not bad. And Portland isn't that far from me. I was thinking about driving through Portland tomorrow. I'm really 50-50 on it right now. I'm going to see how I am when I wake up early in the morning tomorrow and go make a decision if I'm going to drive south or not. Because I do need to go drive through Oregon again. I was supposed to be in Oregon this last weekend, but Mr. Chips had that big surgery, had his gallbladder removed and a bunch of other stuff. And he has all these, he's healing. He's healing, guys. We can't let him, can't jump out the dog door, can't go downstairs. We have to give him medication all the time. There's a whole lot going on, and it just wasn't going to be a good idea to travel with the dog. Trying to get him to eat is an issue too. It's like, so we were going to do that this last weekend, but we had to cancel. We had to cancel the order on that one. I'm going to scroll back in the chat a little bit here. Always need that. Salta's Rubbermaid tote. Oh yeah. Alyssa got a new Rubbermaid tote today. in trade for some shrimps. Yeah. Which was a good deal. I saw that on the Discord earlier today, that Alyssa got a new big pond tote for the outdoors and is cleaning it up. I have something randomly playing in my background. I have a YouTube channel. It's playing somewhere. What is playing that?
Well, you got
Oh my
like
God.
47 monitors running.
I'm playing. Something started playing in my background. Here it is. Yikes.
I'm not sure if when I was referring to Nat's What I Reckon before, did anyone chuck the link up to his YouTube channel? I think a lot of people would enjoy his style of cooking video.
Yeah, his videos are good, dude. Let me
Let's
find.
type it into the chat. It's actually all one word, isn't it? And I'm not sure if the apostrophe is in there. Nat's What. I can type, I swear. Nat's What I Reckon. Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure if the apostrophe is in there. But super funny stuff. Did you find your rando YouTube video?
Yeah, it started playing, and I don't know what the hell that was all about. There was like apparently had a separate window open that was playing
Another
a
one of
video.
those ghosts in the machine.
Just all of a sudden. Yeah, here's Nat's What I Reckon's channel. I think you already got it. Paste.
Wait, what's the bike's reference?
It's probably for people with ADD, you know. They get distracted, and you know, that's like, you could say squirrel or you could say bikes, you know, gotta go ride bikes.
Right.
What the hell was I talking about? I was talking about something, and then that damn random YouTube video started playing. It was weird. It was by the way, it was Marcus Brownlee.
Was what?
It was Marcus Brownlee who was that random video playing there.
Oh, right. Doesn't ring a bell. Should it?
Marquez Brownlee. What does he have like? He's a pretty big channel. Let's see. 14.5 million subscribers.
Aquaman, is that on YouTube? I don't know if I know Scared Straight. Has that show made it down to the Australia?
Yeah, that's Marquez Brownlee right there. Oh, I guess I could
2 hours later.
Whoops.
2 hours later. Yeah, anyhow, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. I was talking about something.
What's Marcus Bramley do?
He does all sorts of like product reviews and stuff like that. Normally like tech stuff comes out. He does like pretty in-depth reviews of stuff. That video was him reviewing the new fancy Tesla mobile.
It'd be a pretty good avenue to go down, because if you get big, you're gonna get sent loads of useful free shit, isn't it?
It's true. He's about as big as you could possibly get at this point. He's huge, gigantic.
Huge.
Yeah, I think he has no need for money at this point. He's just generating tons and bucket loads of money into his production studio. But he like records his YouTube videos on the most expensive like cinema cameras that you could buy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Probably
he just like
free.
What's that?
Probably got it free.
No. Those he was doing that before.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know. He's kind of like, I don't know. He's a great guy. He's a very innovative fella.
whatever happened to those slow-mo guys? Do they still do videos?
I don't know. Probably.
That
It
was
seems like
strange.
a pretty built-in, you just do things in slow motion and shoot stuff with guns, blow
Yeah, I
things
have a
up.
strange feeling that they might have run out of things to do in slow mo or lost creativity because I haven't seen anything from them for a long time.
Hmm.
G'day, indoor fishing inside. What's Campbell Son's Portland reference? Did someone reference Portland?
Portland. I was talking about driving south through Portland, possibly
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe Campbell Son did a bit of time in the States from memory. Campbell Son used to live with me in Brisbane going back a few years ago. We were roomies or housemates, cohabitators,
Flatmates.
flatmates. Yeah, that's another one I think we use down here.
Yeah. Possibly.
Back in the good old days when I had a jungle in my room, my wallpaper was a jungle wallpaper. It was
A
very
jungle
flash.
wallpaper?
Yeah, if I was still in that room, I wouldn't need a green screen. It'd probably be a little bit dodgy though. It was very, very, very 1972.
Wouldn't be as quality as what you're saying.
Potentially, yeah.
You'd be
it'd be
lacking
nice.
in the quality department.
But yeah, apparently very, very thin walls in that house.
Uh-huh. I think there's a spider web on my microphone.
Only one. You got slack spiders. Those things need to get busy.
Oh no, it's just like a little tiny hair. I don't know, it's weird. 'Tis weird.
What's drop ceilings? Yeah, right. I know that stuff. Yes, it does. It does indeed. Aquaman building his own fish room up. How many tanks are you going to put in there, Aquaman?
How many? Yeah, how many tanks? What are we talking about here?
I mean, let's not get into a dick measuring competition or anything. But, I think everyone wants to know now that I've asked the question. And, of course, we've got to suffer that 10 to 15 second StreamYard delay.
Yeah, we got to deal with that delay. And depends on how fast Aquaman can type.
True.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like 147,691 tanks.
That's a lot, bro.
Quite a while to type.
That's too many.
Are they? Yeah. Only 4 to 6. That seems sensible to me to just stick to about 4 to 6 tanks. Unless you're going ham on the breeding and stuff. Let's keep it minimal, people.
It's a reasonable amount to deal with.
Oh, yeah, Campbell Son's referring to the good view from my room that I used to have in that place. It was a 3-story apartment.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, when I first moved in there, I had the tiniest room, and then I moved into the forested room, and then I moved into the big room downstairs, which actually had a wet bar. It was quite a large room. Lots of rooms in that house, but I only had one fish tank in that house.
Where was all your kids?
I was apart from them by then. And then I came back, and then I was apart again.
All right. The history.
There's probably a biopic in there, but there's probably not enough fiction in there that would justify our artistic film directing, creating skills,
Collaboration.
I'd need a documentary producer to make that movie, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there'd be some interesting stuff, maybe.
I'd watch it.
Very interesting. I'd probably find it a little bit cringy to know all those things that I did.
That's a good point. That's a solid point. What? Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. We're talking about Tim Minchin. He couple of his songs came up, and I was listening to those, and then I was listening to some of his little speaking engagements, and I don't know if you'd seen. So his speaking engagements, sort of like, I don't know. He's like giving I don't know what is it? I don't know how you put it. It's like those graduation speeches kind of thing.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did one that was like amazingly good, and then he did some other follow-up ones which were accompanied it very well, I think.
Yeah, I think I have seen one of those. I think they are actually called graduation speeches down here as well.
Yeah. And
Sometimes
commencement,
the world unites.
a commencement speech. Where's his YouTube channel? So then from there, of course, the algorithm's like, oh my God, we must give you every Tim Minchin video that has ever happened of all time.
So you went
But
down
the
the hole.
so the absence of you is one of his newer songs, which isn't really like even it's not a comedy or anything. It's not comedy song. I think it's kind of more along the serious lines of the stuff that he's making.
Now he's taken himself as a serious musician. Not
I don't
just
think
a
he's necessary. Well, I think it would be hard to say if he's like taken himself as a serious musician. I think it's just, I mean, he went to college for music, so
Yeah, he's got the skills, so why not put them to
Yeah.
work?
So why not if you've got the time and whatnot? But the absence of you that came out like 8 months ago. There is a making of the absence of you, the video. It's a one shot. The whole video is one continuous shot.
Wasn't made by those OK Go boys, was it?
I don't know. I don't know who made it. I don't have the background on that, but I watched the making of it. So they did the behind the scenes, from the camera way back, and quite interesting. And then watch the final take on it. Really good. I thought it was like, oh man, there you go. That gives you an idea of like how much rehearsal and everything went into that one video that I don't think a lot of people like necessarily get a chance to see, like really like how much work goes into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't know. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really cool, and maybe somebody else would think it was cool too. Like you,
I'm
maybe.
sure they would. Yeah, well, I'll definitely have a look. I know the name sounds familiar, but I don't know if I was aware that it was like one of those one-shot things.
Yeah, I think if you went to his YouTube channel, you'd be like, oh, yeah, okay, let's check that one out.
G'day, Tropico. But yeah, I definitely enjoy all of those one-shot things that OK Go do. They seem to have cornered that market in a big way. I don't think they've done a single video that hasn't been a one-shot since bloody.
I like the what's the one that's like how hard I try, that one. That song.
I couldn't tell you the name of the song, but
I don't know. I always look up like OK Go, how hard I try or whatever, and then it'll probably pop up.
This too shall pass.
Oh, this too shall pass.
Is that what it was called? That
might be. But well, now I gotta look it up. Great.
Now we're going down an OK Go hole. We've been down a Tim hole. I'm yet to go down my Tim hole, but I'll be going down a Tim hole a little bit later on.
End Love is what it's called. I think End Love is like it's their first one. I think it might be their first. It could be the first video that they really decided to go this kind of real wild route.
Down the Rube Goldberg route.
Yeah. Because the whole thing is like the whole video is stop animation, and it's them doing the stop animation, and it's all one take.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's like it's one take that goes over it goes through the whole day and then through the night and then into the next day, all one take stop animation. And it might be the first one that they. I think it might be the first one that they did, but it might not. Because I think, because I think that one was in like 2006. I think is when that one was. The first video. Oh, A Million Ways is the first one. And that one was 2008, I think. Okay, 2008 seems to be was their first one, which was like A Million Ways, which by the way is this video.
So I wasn't far off when I said the first 2007 video. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah. It might have been 2007, who knows. But like their first video is just like it's choreographed. It's not stop animation or anything like that. It's just a choreographed a tripod shot, single shot, choreographed the song. Right.
Was that the one with the treadmills in it?
No. This one is it's way worse than that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's very low budget.
Yeah, right.
The camera sitting on a tripod and it's them dancing to the song that they wrote, right? And singing to it in just one spot. But it's choreographed, pretty cool. I know it was like the first one, but I think the first one that was really good was the one that I mentioned earlier. I think the one that really like took it over the top was that the one that's like How Hard I Try or whatever. What is it? End Love. I think End Love was the one that was like, this thing is really quality. It's done with the whole crew. You know, it's one shot. Took, I don't, however many 30 hours to do. You know, so
yeah, they're clearly very well educated lads, aren't they? They're very precise.
Seems to be the case.
When you chuck 4 highly intelligent individuals into a band, they're going to come up with some pretty good stuff.
Something.
Yeah. I think I put 2 albums of OK Go on my USB stick for the car. And in the last 4 weeks, a sum total of 0 OK Go songs have appeared on my play. Yet many other songs constantly come up to play.
Over and over again?
It's like, why does the car pick the ones that it's already played 42 times? Give me something off the stick of, 4,500 songs that I haven't heard this week yet.
Yeah, I don't know. What's up with your car?
Yeah, it's taste in music is repetitive, I guess.
Apparently.
I mean, some of it's good because some of the songs it picks are like fantastic songs, but clearly I was a little bit remiss of sensible ideas when I just went, chuck that on, because there's so much shit now. Thankfully, there's a skip button on the steering wheel, so, but I find that on the 6, maybe 7 minute drive, depending on traffic to the supermarket, I spend more time with dead air than listening to a song because I'm skipping. I either just listened to that song yesterday, skip. No, I don't want to hear that right now, skip.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. I used to have a back in I don't know, early 2000s, a Sony 5-disc CD changer thing, not in the car, just on the home stereo, and I could put 5 CDs in, or I'd leave 5 CDs in, say, and one day I would play it on shuffle, so it would shuffle songs from all the different CDs in there. The next day, I would do a shuffle again, and it would play the same songs in the same order.
Again?
Yeah. Sony, pick up your shuffle algorithm. Get your act together. That's no good. I mean, that was almost 20 years ago, so potentially they've picked up their game by now, but I'll never miss an opportunity to tell Sony to pick up their game. It just seems a little bit... I was going to say it seems a little bit random that random would play the same songs in a row, because that's contrary to the meaning of the word random.
It's very contrary. It sounds pre-planned. All right, buddy. I'm fading. I gotta go take a nap.
Righto, me too. I mean, I
An
don't have to go and
extendo
take a nap.
nap.
I'll save my
Once
nap,
ag-
but I'll
Hey,
disappear
man.
anyway.
Once again, we had a good time.
We had a good time. We got
Had a
through
good
it.
time.
We made stuff up. I created some pretend facts. And,
Why not? It's Tuesday.
I mean,
cares?
people watched, so people didn't hate it, even though we're at half the number we had earlier. But anyway, they say
They
90.
must have
90
hated it. That was the problem. Oh,
Yeah. But like Corvus said earlier, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. I think,
leave a bunch of comments.
yeah, even if the comments just say what you like on your toast.
Oi,
how-
I like toast.
Whether you actually, I want in the comments, when you do a baked ham, do you put cloves in the skin or not? That's the question for the week.
Cloves or no
Isn't
cloves?
that what they put in there? Is it cloves? What's that other
Yeah.
little thing like a clove? It is.
Yeah, they
clove.
put the cloves in there. Yeah.
What's the other little thing that I'm thinking of? A caper. What's the difference?
Caper
between
and a
clove
ham?
and a
Get out of
caper?
here. No, we're not doing that business.
Yeah, no, capers are disgusting. Sarah
Cloves,
likes them,
dude.
but I hate them.
I mean, I like capers, just not on my freaking ham, dude. That's ridiculous.
Crazy talk. Anyway,
Mhm.
let us know if you're going to bake a ham. Are you jamming those cloves into your ham skin, or are you just rubbing that shit with salt? Because that's, we want to know the deep, dark side of everyone here.
We got to
I mean,
know.
we don't want to know if you're rubbing deep, dark stuff into your ham. That's on you, buddy.
That's
Jeez.
your thing.
But anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out. We're going to both piss off now and
Yep.
leave because we're both got stuff to do. Corvus has got sleep to do. I've got I'm just going to go with stuff. I've got stuff to do. It's still not even 3:00 in the afternoon here. The day is but young.
That's right.
So
All right,
look
buddy.
after yourselves. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you when we're looking at you, likely in about 6 days and 22 hours time or something.
It's
Thanks.
something like that.